Time is now 12:18, 75 degrees here in the Queen Cities. Let's bring in meteorologist Andrew Brightman. We say that it's going to be heating up, Andrew.
Yeah, that's right. Temperatures each day here the rest of the week getting a little bit warmer until perhaps we're in the low to mid 90s once we get to the weekend, Alicia. Right now, 76 degrees, winds out of the west-southwest about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The dew point's been creeping up, but still for the most part under control right now. Pinpoint radar, we are watching up across the mountains here for a decent amount of wet weather. We'll start down around Shelby. Notice some of the showers, and there's been a lot of residual dry air and also the sinking air as it comes off the mountain, sort of limiting the amount of wet weather we see down across the Piedmont. But up into the foothills, Morganton, Lenore, we're seeing the wet weather and some of this rain. Notice the darker greens, a little bit of yellow here. This is moderate rainfall on the map. These aren't sprinkles here, and that's what we're seeing across portions of Avery County up through Boone, Jefferson, a little bit of light rain early this afternoon. This is going to continue off and on the rest of the day across the higher elevations. Ironically enough, area of high pressure directly over the Central Carolinas, even with some of that wet weather we're seeing. First, I have a couple frontal boundaries that are going to try to move in over the next few days, but sort of stalling out. And that's why we've kept on pushing back the timing of our next frontal boundary, now likely not to move through until the second half of this weekend. Temperatures, though, still fairly comfortable here. Still feeling nice for the beginning of September. 79 in Charlotte, 79 in Wilmington, 77 in Columbia, only 70 in Knoxville, where they've been seeing some of the wet weather. And then once we get down really towards the deep south and towards the I-10 corridor, temperatures in the lower 80s. The muggy meter, the humidity is going to be creeping up across the Carolinas over the next couple of days. You will start to notice it really starting tomorrow and then especially Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a little taste of summer again across the Carolinas. But we're to that time of the year where we start getting legit cold fronts to roll through the Carolinas, fortunately. Futurecast, rest of today. A couple of scattered shower storms continuing up across the mountains. Down Charlotte points off to the south and east. We're not really concerned about wet weather today. Tomorrow, though, might be a little bit of a different story. Overnight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, generally dry conditions. You head out the door tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. on your Thursday. And then as we go throughout the morning hours, notice some shower activity. Would not be surprised to see a little bit more wet weather pushing out of the foothills and into the Piedmont here later during the afternoon into the early evening hours on your Thursday. Continues throughout the evening. Some of these isolated hit and miss showers and storms out there across the Carolinas. As we head into your Friday, maybe a little bit drier, but also temperatures continue to move up here already by 10 a.m. Notice here, temperatures in the lower 80s and potentially moving up into the 90s with more pop-up showers and storms likely on the menu here up across the higher elevations. Out in the tropics, we started talking about this tropical wave over the weekend here. National Hurricane Center getting more and more bullish on potential development here with this wave as it heads west. A lot of uncertainties, but just something to watch here in the medium to long term when it comes to our tropical weather. As we wrap it up here, though, with your forecast, what's on the way the rest of today, temperatures will be pushing up into the lower 80s, but staying dry here in Charlotte. A little bit more wet weather up across the mountain. 62 in the QC overnight, middle 50s as we look up into the mountains. Your pinpoint 7-day forecast here, watching some potential showers with that front moving through this weekend, and then notice that big drop of temperatures as we head into early next week.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.